Hey everybody, this is Perch. Boy, airline travel sucks. Didn't used to be, well, I mean, it was never great, but definitely post-COVID. It's like everybody forgot what the hell they were doing. It's been a mess. Anyway, here's a quick question. Hey Perch, did you go through the UK on the way to Poland? I could buy you a beer. It looks like you're in Scotland. I don't. I'm a Star Alliance, Lufthansa United person, not because I like them, but because if you travel on an airline for any length of time, then you're kind of stuck there. That's just where it happens to go. Unfortunately, I think to go through the UK, that'd be American Airlines, British Airways. That's where that would go. But that would be anyway. That would be tough. Anyway, but this isn't about travel. It's about Green Lantern. Yes, that's right, Green Lantern. Let's see what we got. It says greetings, Perch. Different mail. Really enjoy videos. Giving both sides is a chance is rare to see. That's too bad, by the way. It's not. I don't know. It's approaching situations with the, hey, before we write this person or this situation off as somebody being malevolent and trying to screw you, let's at least dig at it a little bit to make sure that there's not some other reason behind the behavior. Or as I like to call it, don't start a land war if you don't need to. But it's crazy talk. Anyway, but the mail continues. What happened to Green Lantern books? I know already there's people in the comments, but they are trying to kill us. I'm sure. Yes, some do. Some do. Saying trying to get to the reason behind it doesn't mean nobody is out for no good. But it's best to not start from that position because you get yourself into some fights you don't need to get into. But sometimes people are just doing their own crazy ass thing. Anyway, sorry. What happened to Green Lantern books? Why are there no more titles? There's about to be two, or I'm just missing them somehow. I do not see many negative when. I do not see many negative when introduces new one like Jessica Cruz or Boz. I like them personally. Is it because of current USA negativity for cops and lawmen, or else I'm just reaching? I'm guessing this is a viewer from another country there, but so Green Lantern. I think the problem with Green Lantern is fundamentally this. Number one, I think DC Comics and writers don't really know what to do with the characters. In many ways, Green Lantern can kind of run into kind of the same problem as Superman, where he's overpowered. He can fly around in space, kind of unaided. Other than the ring. So I guess the ring is the aid, of course. But the ring can formulate pretty much anything in your imagination to kind of have fights with, and then the mechanism in which to provide a weakness gets dodgy. Like it's yellow. I mean, or in previous worlds, it's made out of wood. And so the problem with Green Lanterns is I think it takes somebody very imaginative to actually tell the story, to make the comic what it can be. Now, I still don't think it's that hard. I just think you have to let go of, if you start the story feeling like you've got a bunch of limitations that, this character is really hard to write, then you're defeated before you've even begun. You've defeated yourself. So we do have two new Green Lantern books, one by Philip Kennedy Johnson, who is going to be doing the John Stewart book, which is promising a down-to-earth kind of let go of all the cosmic stuff and do more of a kind of a military, I'm guessing leaning into John Stewart's military background. That's the book you're going to get. And of course, that plays nicely with Philip Kennedy Johnson and his background in the military. I still find it a shame, that Jeff Thorne did a lot of kind of cosmic reawakening of John Stewart, and which wasn't new ground. This was ground that DC Comics themselves forgot about. Basically set up years and years ago, and Thorne was basically saying, "Hey, continuity matters, and I'm going to, bring those storylines back." And I think that there was a reaction of like, "Nope, too cosmic, too no. What happened to this?" So we're getting this swing the other direction reaction. Now, keep in mind, I like Jeff Thorne. I like Philip Kennedy Johnson, both as people and as writers. But so it's like it's good person and good person here. But it feels like that kind of swing reaction is what caused kind of the mess in the first place that Thorne was trying to address, which was there was some kind of cosmic, nature that they introduced into the character about bearing, was it Millennium? Was that what the event was where they did this? Somebody's going to be screaming at me. But anyway, they introduced this and then they walked back from it. And then Thorne's like, hey, continuity matters. And so he tried to drag it back in. And now the people are like, whoa, we went too far in space direction. Never mind that we had this future state thing going on. And then at the end of his run, we're going to kill him because we had to get to Dark Crisis. We're going to kind of ignore most of what Thorne has done. And, good luck. Good luck selling a comic under those conditions. But, hey, whatever. Uh, and that's so now they're swinging the other direction. It feels like 10 years from now, some writer's going to come along going, hey, whatever happened to that cosmic John Stewart stuff? Let's do a 12-issue story where we reintroduce that again. And the cycle will just continue over and over and over again. But anyway, sorry, I got off track. John Stewart leaning into the kind of military aspect under Philip Kennedy Johnson. And then Hal Jordan is got a book by Mariko Tamaki coming out that's promising just blockbuster action. That it's just going to be nonstop, Hal Jordan ring swinging action. So we'll see on both fronts. I don't know. Tamaki's been, it's hard to reconcile the Tamaki that's been in DC. I didn't think the Wonder Woman series it was mediocre. It wasn't good. It wasn't awful. She went on to do Detective Comics, and it was okay. There's been better, but there's been much worse. But if you try and reconcile this Tamaki, the DC Tamaki, with the Tamaki who was doing, Wolverine and She-Hulk, especially that Hulk book, which is just dreadful. I mean, if She-Hulk meets a cooking reality show YouTuber or what, I don't even like it. Was it YouTube or a cooking show? That was an awful effing book, and it bears almost no resemblance. So it does go to show what editors in a company can do to a person. But so I hope for the best. I would like 2 good books coming out of that. Now, we don't know if these are ongoing or limited series. They're announced as just comics, but who knows? Like I said, DC is still simultaneously announcing the new Wildcats book by Matt Rosenberg as an ongoing, and on the cover itself, on the comic, it says limited series. So who knows? Who knows what's going on there? But anyway, I think that, overall, I don't think that there's we don't like police behavior. And I know the Green Lantern, because Space Corps, Space Cops, I don't think it has anything to do with that. I mean, you have Hal Jordan. You could do lots of things politically with these characters if you wanted to. They haven't done it. I don't think that that's where that's all going. And I mean, the idea of kind of the Guardians and the Green Lantern Corps as police, I mean, it does not feel like police. Even Grant Morrison was like, Hal Jordan beat Space Cop. It's like, yeah, okay, that doesn't feel like a Space Cop book. I don't even know. I don't think there's concerns there. I do think it has a lot to do with just imagination, just the ability can you tell a story that is far-reaching, exciting, that doesn't limit yourself with the ring. Again, there's lots of ways you can do it. You could have Al Jordan on these missions where, the ring doesn't hold as big of a charge. In fact, you could do a long arc where the ring's charge seems to be getting weaker and weaker. It still is as powerful as it ever was, but it seems to run out faster. And so Hal Jordan's like, oh crap, I can't go on deep space missions anymore without some kind of assistance because the ring won't make it. I mean, there's things you basically can introduce limitations while still keeping the bigger kind of world. The other thing you could do is just have Hal Jordan. I mean, have the threats come at him faster than he can think. So this is maybe where you do some swapping for whatever reason. Get the Reverse Flash out of the Flash book and have Flash, like, for whatever reason, Green Lantern is a dick, and I got to take him out, and I'm assembling threats to go do it, and I'm going to come at him faster than his willpower can come up with the constructs in order to defeat me. I don't know. There's ways you can create interest in Green Lantern. I think there's a lot of things you can actually do. But I do think, like I said, I think DC looks at it and it's like the elements don't work. It's like, it's a sci-fi book. I mean, maybe. I mean, it didn't used to be a problem. Said, Jeff Johns kind of made his bigger reputation on that book and did a great job with it. And there's been plenty of great Green Lantern stories in the past. It's not like they're impossible to do. Like, the blueprint's right there. But I do think it's a case where for DC they overthink it, and then they find themselves at a loss of what story to tell. Anyway, that's my opinion. So what's yours? First of all, listeners, do you agree that Green Lantern is struggling in DC? I think it'd be fair to say Green Lantern is as a comic. There used to be several. It was a big member of everything they did. It felt like that movie Ryan Reynolds movie kind of hurt it quite a bit, and then kind of coming out of that, it felt like I don't know. DC is just kind of at a loss of what to do with the character. So do you agree with that? And then why? Why are they at a loss of what to do with the character? It's one of their core characters. Can't they do more with that? And they have a lot of, Simon Boz, Jessica Cruz, all the different aliens that come into that. I mean, Jeff Thor was talking a big game about killing a bunch of them off, but he did not. When all said and done, he could have gone a lot further. You could have killed a lot more there, Jeff. That's all I'm saying. Looking at you, Nort. Anyway, thanks for listening.